Hello everyone, my name is Carol Baisden and I would like to welcome all of you here today. I will be talking to you about my EDIC 566 project on knife skills and how I came about this idea. I wanted to design a website for students in the Culinary Arts program at Ivy Tech Community College on basic knife skills. Currently, there is not a class offered in knife skills training at entry level. Students learn as they go through all of their classes. My home page covers my objectives for my project. There are 3 tabs at the top of the page: the Home Page tab, the Video tab, and the Test tab. These tabs are linked to all pages for easy access without having to go back. I have added a disclaimer as this website is not part of the Ivy Tech curriculum and is only being used as a class project. Below the disclaimer are 6 picture boxes that you can click on to view the different subject matter as indicated in each box. These picture boxes are linked to all of my pages for easy access without having to go back and forth to the home page. Below these 6 boxes, there are a few recommended links to view for your additional information at your own leisure. So let's take a closer look at the 6 picture boxes above. The first box that we will click on is on knife sharpening, which instructs the students in using steel to sharpen their knives. Using a whetstone will sharpen your knife, however, will not leave a clean, sharp edge. It is always recommended to use steel when sharpening your knife. As seen in the second box, proper knife holding is demonstrated as wrapping your 3 fingers around the handle. You then place your thumb on the blade and your index finger on the opposite side. Knowing how to hold your knife is just as important as knowing the parts of the knife. Most chef knives have 7 parts: the blade, the bolster, handle, tang, rivets, heel, and the edge. Some chef knives have a solid handle and there are no rivets. The third box that we will click on is how to hold your vegetables when making all of your cuts. It is important to cup your fingers on the vegetable that you need to cut and use your knuckles as a guide while cutting with the opposite hand. The fourth box that we will click on will be on some techniques. The techniques used in cutting your vegetables give you the proper lengths and cuts for proper cooking time. The fifth box shows you the different basic cuts that you can make and explains the different French terms used in the cutting methods. The sixth and the final box explains the importance of plating and presentation. Color and proper placement of vegetables is eye-catching, as this old adage states, "We eat with our eyes." Now let's take a look at a more hands-on demonstration by clicking on to the Video tab.
Hi, I'd like to welcome everybody to Ivy Tech Community College, the Ivy Tech Kitchen. This is Chef Alita, and I'm Chef Carol, and today we're going to be teaching you some knife skills. I'm going to have Chef Alita demonstrate proper knife holding and knife sharpening and some actual cuts using an onion, a cucumber, and a celery. So I'm going to turn it over to Chef Alita, and she's going to be demonstrating to you first how to properly hold your knife. She's going to take her knife and she's going to show you how to position your fingers placement and index finger placement. She's then going to show you, before getting started, how to sharpen your knife before doing your actual cutting. You will take your knife using your steel at a 45-degree angle, and you will slowly come down to one side. You will then turn your knife the opposite direction and come underneath your steel at the same angle. The positioning of the knife handle is the same for both a left-handed and a right-handed student. Once the knife is sharpened, you will then proceed to use a plastic cutting board, properly sanitized, and you will begin to start your cutting. We'll first start out with celery, and Chef Alita will be demonstrating you some julienne cuts by properly placing the tip of the knife down on the cutting board and cutting the celery down the middle. She will then insert the knife and make several slits into the celery. Once the celery is to the size that you want, or if you want, you can make dices. You can proceed by placing your knife on the cutting board as Chef Alita is demonstrating. You will use a rocking motion when you do make your cuts. She will begin to do the rocking motion. She's making what we call squares or dicing. It's a constant rocking with the knife, back and forth, back and forth. You don't have to be fast when you're a beginner. Speed will come in time. So those are actually your diced celery cuts. Chef Alita will now demonstrate to you on how to cut an onion. Before properly cutting an onion, it will be cleaned and to this state of the onion, and the onion will be cut down the middle. The onion is then placed half down, hand on the onion, and diagonal slices into the sides of the onion before making your actual cuts to the onion. You will hold the onion and make slits from the tip of the knife down into the onion. Once the onion has been sliced completely through, you will cup your fingers in the same manner as Chef Alita, and you will cut diagonally down into the onion, making your squares or dice. When getting to the end of the onion, you will lay the onion down for safety, and you will continue to slice the onion in the same manner by cupping your fingers and the rocking motion of your hand with the knife. And there you have it. The onion is completely diced. We will now make some circle cuts by using a cucumber for the demonstration. We're going to make some circles, and circle cuts are done at a jagged motion. As you can see, it's not a rocking motion. Because of the height of the cucumber, you have to cut off the board and into the board. So the rocking motion is not done. These slices could be used for salads or just for pickling, eating purposes. And there you have it. The slices are all complete and ready for your plating. Proper sanitation is important, and you can use your board for several vegetables. You do not have to clean your board in between time. If you are cutting meats or other types of heavy soiling type vegetables, you will need to sanitize your board in between your cutting. However, today we've demonstrated 3 basic cutting techniques, and we hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. and we look forward to making more videos in the future. Thank you for joining us. Our videographer today has been Helen Thomas. Our technical support has been Robert Lopez. And we have Chef Alita Abeda. And I am Carol Baisden, and thank you for joining us today.
Now you are ready to test your knowledge on what you have learned and remembered about basic knife skills. To do that, you need to click on to the Test tab and begin your test. Once you're in the test, you will double-click to answer your test questions. After you have finished, you will see how well you have done. If you need to retake the test, just go back to the home page and click the Test tab again. Thank you for watching my presentation today, and I hope that you have learned some basic knife skills and techniques and can apply it either in school or at home. So continue practicing. Good luck!